Welcome to the African Album Review Podcast, where we review Africa's best and latest music projects.
Africa, Murise. My name is MJ Wemoto, and I welcome you to the African Album Review Podcast. Wherever you are, my people, how you doing? Me, I'm doing all right. It is a Friday going into Saturday. My favorite time of the week. Gotta do what we gotta do. And I've got another album review for you. I dropped one yesterday for Jizzle's Scorpion Volume 2, Jizzle from the Gambia. But today, man, Tiwa Savage. I'm not even gonna do any introductions. If you don't know who Tiwa Savage is at this point in the game, well, I don't know. But news is, she's got a new EP. It's titled Water and Garri. And man, I just want to review this because I didn't expect it. I didn't even know she was dropping a project, but hey, it is what it is. So let's just do this thing. Water and Garri by Tiwa Savage.
The latest African album review is loading.
Tiwa Savage released Water and Garri EP today, August 20th, 2021, and it was released under Universal Music South Africa together with Motown and Capitol Records. It has 5 tracks, 19-minute 4-second runtime, 5 features, multiple producer placements, including Rich King, who was on that epic Lion King record a couple of years back, Michael Shegun Ajayi, Cracker Malo, Te Iwa, and Chukwuemeka Gabriel Obi. And if you do like these podcasts that I give to you as MJ Wemoto, head over to buymeacoffee.com/MJ Wemoto, which is MJWEMOTO, and buy me a coffee, or 2, or 3. Let's get into the review.
Album Review.
Let's analyze the music.
When I got into Water and Garri, it just only took about 20-30 seconds maybe to ask, is this Tiwa Savage? I mean, the sound was so not the Tiwa we know, it was astounding. I hate giving it away so early, but that was exactly how I felt. Work Father, which is the song, the first song on the EP, embodies a guitar-led piece that takes on music you'd associate with Afrocentrism. Like a whole other level of Afrocentrism. Rich King lended some impressive work on there to really tap into that West African village life and entertainment as inspiration somewhat. Then for Tiwa to get Nas to drop a verse elevated that whole Afrocentric view to a whole other level because it's there musically, it's there in the lyrics, the delivery, everything. Nas sounded way more spoken wordy than that rap flow that we know him for, but his words were strong as expected, telling the black man to get up and work because the world is against us. And we still have to find a way, despite the adversity. Solid words, bro. Adeori was far more familiar in Tiwa's delivery, while still maintaining an oldish sort of R&B pop type sound that I could have mistaken for something that could come out 20 plus years ago, with a sultry guitar accentuating the rest of the composition perfectly. Tiwa talks about a relationship that's nothing but a letdown, and she needs a fixer, somebody with solutions, and she's tired of hanging on. I mean, if you're hearing that from me, woman, at that point, it's over, bro. Don't even try. Just don't. Tiwa flipped it yet again with a percolating Tales by Moonlight. It's such a vibe, but none of us were ready for her to team up with Ghanaian star Amaarae. Woo! They both gave us a gem, and vocally, the matchup was just, it's unrivaled. Totally unrivaled. Just listen to the song. By the time things progressed to track 4, I think, which is Somebody's Son, we were in smooth Afro territory with some wonderful bass lines, which was totally more of the Tiwa that I know. And I found that to be a nice touch because she didn't start with that. She actually started with something so out of the box, it was like, what the hell's going on? But the comfort didn't last too long anyway, because I realized Brandy is on this song. And again, I was left with my jaw on the floor. Unexpectedly brilliant, but damn, Brandy wasn't there to play games. She's even better vocally than I remember her to be. Now, even having said that, it wasn't a case of, which artist shined more? Was it Brandy or was it Tiwa? They actually complemented each other quite well, so that was great, just great.
Album review.
The technical side of things.
Tiwa Savage unveiled herself to us in a project sequence that will have plenty of people talking, but also appreciating the level of detail that went into crafting such a musical journey. The graduation from song to song was a layer being peeled until you got to the center, which was more familiar. And it takes some guts to go that way because it's so much easier to just drop something people know first so that they continue listening. But Tiwa Savage was like, no, we're gonna shock them into this project. Cool stuff. The longest song on Wemoto and Garri is 6 minutes 26 seconds long, and the shortest is 2 minutes 16 seconds long. The contrast is quite something because, the short songs optimized for streaming numbers, longer songs not necessarily, but because of the message of the song, 6 minutes made sense. Tiwa Savage got some excellent features on this EP, from Nas to Amare, Brandy to Tiwa, then Rich King. The cast was strong, very professional, and uniquely put together. No hit chasing, but actually channeling a creative high from each of the different styles that everybody brought. Tiwa Savage also did this thing throughout the entire project, where she came through with a lot of her usual, English lyrics, and she would slot in her local languages. I'm not really sure if it's Yoruba or Igbo, but and that predictable delivery that we knew she could give anyway, but then she throws in those local lingo ad-libs that leave you thinking, damn, what is this? It's so good. It's that good. That level cannot be touched, believe me, because stylistically, she sounds like nobody, and nobody sounds like her, because pulling that off has probably taken her whole career to get to that level. The work on the backing vocals throughout the entirety of the project was absolutely top-notch, and it was a highlight for me. Vocally, we got new and vintage Tiwa Savage in one. Impeccable and occasionally pleasantly shocking. I couldn't have asked for more, honestly, and in that sense, Wemoto and Garri fits the bill. Wemoto and Garri individually are just that. But when the two combine, you get something else. You get your ebas and kokoros, and which are their own things completely. Unique texture, unique everything. And that's what this EP really is. It's a unique texture, but it's a fusion or mashup of influences that span probably decades, right? To come together to making new sound for now. I don't even know what to tell you. Let me not even get into the technical mastery here. Did you hear how the psychedelic funk groove came through on Special Kinda featuring Tiwa to close off the EP? Man, I can't even begin to explain the epicness, so I'ma just let it go.
Album review.
The final thoughts.
What I could say is Tiwa Savage challenged convention and totally succeeded. She redefined her own sound and almost made us forget her immense vibes from before while listening to Wemoto and Garri, because we were all just shocked at what we're getting, and like I said, pleasantly so. That's when you know a musician is on a parallel plane to the rest of us. She's a good 5 moves ahead, and we are only getting to see how much. The maturity and evolution on Wemoto and Garri are of legendary status, and I actually like this project more than I liked Celia. Tiwa's crown cannot be touched. Facts. Tell you what, this is the easiest no skips EP to call. I listened to it multiple times, marveling at the masterclass on show, and there's nothing else to say. Just listen to Wemoto and Garri and prepare yourself, because it's not what you expect, and it is what you expect as well. But Tiwa Savage, yo, godly status. Otherwise, that's it from me. My name is MJ Wemoto, son of Zimbabwe, signing out. This was the African Album Review Podcast. Peace. Dende.
Moto Music, the best place to listen to podcasts about African music online.